Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. First and foremost, thank you so very much for taking time to join us today. I know that time on a webinar with us is time where you're not out actively marketing and prospecting, so we greatly appreciate it. I am convinced, and I assure you, we are going to make the next little bit of time very worth your while. We are going to take a look at the offerings of one of our best distribution partners that we have, one of our best carrier partners, Nassau Life and Annuity. To do that, we've got Jake Quagliaroli with us, who has, in some form or another, probably unfortunately for him, been a part of my world for at least 10 years. He's been a rep with us for a long time and does a great job and is a great wealth of knowledge about Nassau and everything they offer. Jake, can you hear us?
I got you, Scott. You got me. Thanks.
I
Thanks for
got you, buddy.
those words,
Appreciate the
man.
time. Appreciate the time, man. So just kind of a rundown on what we're going to do here. I'm going to hit a couple of housekeeping items, some introductory slides, and then we're going to hand it over to Jake. So, and get into the meat and potatoes of the presentation. I was just talking offline with Jake, and I'm going to tell you, everybody, stick around for the duration of his presentation because he's got an announcement that you want to hear. And I was told that we are the first group of people that are going to be privileged to this announcement. So some really exciting news coming from Nassau. All right, let me get into my stuff here real quick, and then we'll get it over to Jake. First housekeeping item, most important thing you're going to hear out of me today is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Phone number 800-255-5055. If there is anything that we can do to help you with your life, annuity, Nassau efforts, let us know. We definitely want to be talking to you. Second housekeeping item, polling questions. I'm going to launch 2 polling questions throughout the presentation today. If just quick yes or no buttons, if you would please take the time to participate in those, we certainly appreciate that. And then final housekeeping item, questions. Jake's going to throw a lot of information at you in a relatively condensed period of time. Jake and in fact, the entire organization of Nassau, very transparent, definitely want agents to know everything that's going on. So if you have questions, type them in. We'll do the best we can to get them answered while we're live in session. If we don't get them answered while we're live, certainly we'll get them answered for you when we follow up. All right, let me get moving on here, guys, to the introductory slides. New producer builders. For those of you who are new to us, or if this is your first introduction to us here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, you are eligible for this program. This is all based on production within your first 180 days of being licensed. As you can see, there are several great levels that you could cash in at, and inside each of those levels, you're going to have great options. Cash rewards, business building perks, personal perks, all available to you. If you have questions about the new producer builder program, just ask your sales director. They are very well versed in that. Moving on to business builders, these are our 2 most popular programs. On top, you're going to have the referred producer program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry, very similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we can ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued clients, or you, our valued producers. So we want to make it worth your while to refer other producers over to us. When you refer a producer to us and they pick up any license through IMES, we're going to send you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you will receive an override on that paid business. You can see the breakdown of percentages there. We cut these checks at least quarterly, and as you can see, it could be pretty lucrative. Steve, Charles, and Curtis, our ownership group, sign these checks, and they sign checks for thousands and thousands of dollars at a time. So can be very worth your while. One thing I do want to point out is that override that you're receiving comes out of the IMES pocket. That doesn't come out of your referred producer's pocket. So they're not taking a lessened commission to do business with us. That being said, if you do have someone that you know that maybe could benefit from doing business with us here at IMES, let us know. Type their information into the questions box. Feel free to email me their information, scott@imesinc.com, or when we call to follow up, just let us know who they are. We'll do the best we can to get them recruited over and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Below that is our most popular program, marketing reimbursement. The reason that this is our most popular program is we do consider this to be your money and we treat it as such. What I mean by that is we're not going to cap your account. We're not going to tell you when you have to roll your account out or cash it out on you at any specific time. You can't ever lose these dollars, put it that way. What happens is, and why agents find this to be such a lucrative deal, is we put very few restrictions on the dollar as well. You, of course, can use the IAMS creative services for marketing efforts. We certainly would encourage that, but you don't have to. If you have a vendor that's helping you with your marketing, we want to help you foster and grow that relationship. All we'd ask is you send us the invoice or the receipt for that marketing, and we'll cut you a check hopefully that same day to help you offset the expense. If you have questions on either of these programs, give your sales director a call after the session at 800-255-5055. Back office support. This is the slide that is the heart of IAMS and how we were founded 36 years ago now. Long time ago we were founded, and we were founded with the simple goal of helping independent advisors work smarter, not harder. And we're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. You've seen some slides on that type of stuff already. You've got a great resource here that you see with our daily webinars. We're here to help you with case design assistance and life and annuity illustrations. And in fact, we're going to put a time guarantee on that, the 24-hour guarantee. In all honesty, you're going to get it much sooner than that, but worst case scenario, 24 hours is our guarantee from the time you request an illustration or a case design. We're going to have that illustration or design out to you. Of course, forms at your fingertips. You can go to carrier sites, you can go to our site, you can call us, you can email us. We're going to be here to make sure that you have the proper forms that you need to write the business. And when you do submit the business, it is in good order. We'll get into a little bit more about that and options that we have here in just a second as well. Submission to commission support. This is our back office here at IAMS, our new business teams that are led by Amber Williams and Cindy Fry. They do a great job for our reps. We will scrub your apps. We will submit them on your behalf. We will track them throughout the process to help your client get their policy as quickly as possible and help you get commissioned as quickly as possible. There is no fee for this service. That's a part of doing business at IAMS. If you are not currently using our new business teams, I'd encourage you on your next app, submit it through our office. I think you'll be very, very encouraged by how much quicker that policy gets issued because of the efforts of these ladies and gentlemen. Below that, top sales expertise and coaching. We've got 4 sales coaches throughout the country that are top producers that are here to help our reps grow their business. We've got a lot of expertise here in our offices in Fort Worth, Topeka, and Omaha, full of people with a ton of experience to help you grow your business. And then last slide is paperless contracting. If you all are as old as me, and I'm not going to throw Jake under the bus here, but as old as Jake and I are, you remember filling out individual licensing forms and the hand cramps? That's gone. We're on the Assurance Bay platform. Paperless licensing, really, really easy to utilize. If you have questions on that, let your sales director know. Firelight, I talked about helping you with submission to commission. One of the things that we give all of our advisors access to on our website, imsinc.com, is the Firelight system. If you haven't used eApp yet, I would encourage you to get registered at imsinc.com and register for Firelight access. Again, no cost to you for this, but it will help you submit apps in a more streamlined process and in better order, put it that way. You can't miss something on an eApp. We still review it for you, but the minute you hit submit and the client does the electronic signing ceremony, it gets uploaded directly to us and then directly to the carrier. So a really, really efficient way to work through Firelight. That being said, if you have questions on that, let your sales director know again. They could certainly help you with that. All right, creative marketing solutions. I mentioned IMS Creative a bit earlier, but I keep this slide in because I want you guys to know we do have a full in-house creative team, graphic design, digital solutions, web design, all available for you. We've got turnkey solutions, stuff we've already built out for other advisors, or we just generally had the idea that you might like it, that we can impose your information onto, and we can have you ready to use very, very quickly. If you do want, and I would encourage you to create a customized brand for your business, for your agency, for your firm, however you think of yourself, we can help you with that. Digital solutions, this is kind of where everybody's heading. We have a ton of expertise there. Again, websites, digital marketing strategies, email consulting, and then of course social media. Very, very active there. Certainly, if you have interest on using IMS Creative or seeing some of the services we offer, get with your sales director. They can kind of walk you through the process, show you what's available, and get you connected there. Our website, I've mentioned it a couple times in these introductory slides, imsinc.com. If you haven't gone out and created a profile, as soon as we're done with this presentation, just do it real quick. Doesn't take very long. We're not asking for your firstborn or any information. Really, just create an account, basic who you are, your contact information, and then you create your own password and you're in. A lot of great stuff available to you there. Quote engines, product grids, news updates, things of that nature. Really, really good information out there. So you definitely want to be a part of that. Retirement Analyzer. This is a product that we offer to our advisors at a steeply discounted rate. And I find this product to be incredible. This is one of my favorite things that we offer. What the Retirement Analyzer is a holistic analysis of a client's current financial status and how long their money will last into their retirement years or towards their goal, if we're talking leaving a legacy or anything of that nature. And then the reason why I like it so much is you can input what your product recommendation or strategy change would be for a client and show them in very easy to understand graphs and language how much better off they're going to be because they chose to implement your product or strategy. To me, it's a great closing tool. It's really, really a unique system. I would highly encourage everybody that's in the financial services sector to use something like this. And here at IMS, we definitely promote the Retirement Analyzer. If you'd like more information on the RA, get with Marcus Solar or David Corwin in our office. They are kind of our point people with it and our gurus with it. We can certainly get you out some demos on it, see if it'll be a fit for you. IMS Wealth Management. As I talk about IMS Wealth Management, I'm going to launch our first poll of the day, just asking you if you'd like more information. If you click yes, what's going to happen is you're going to get an automated email, and then you'll get contacted by Duncan, Sarah, or Mike, I believe, inside the wealth management team, just to follow up with you on that and see if it's of interest. The reason that we founded IMS Wealth Management, 3 years ago now, is just because we saw a need. A lot of advisors growing their practice, or a lot of insurance advisors growing their practice to encompass assets under management and becoming a fiduciary. It's kind of a buzzword in the industry right now. We can help you do that. We designed IMS Wealth to really mirror the IMO. And what I mean by that is it is a service-based RIA. We are here to serve your end client and serve you, our client, with live answering of the phone, all the back office support you're accustomed to through doing business with IMS. That being said, we've helped a lot of advisors become registered with the Series 65. We've got a great testing partner to help you pass your Series 65. We've also moved over a lot of existing IARs to IMS Wealth Management because of the technology platform that we offer, the investment platform that is available, and the overall fee structure for the advisor and the client. We are extremely competitive, and we do that intentionally. So if you'd like more information on this, just click yes. Click yes on the poll, and we'll certainly make sure we get that out to you. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and close down this poll and move on. So if you haven't taken the time to click yes or no, if you would please do so. Certainly it would appreciate that. All right, then we are moving on now, guys. Fun slide here. Definitely love talking about this. We are currently in the middle of qualifying for our Top Producer Summit. We will be going on a Mediterranean cruise in August of 2022. So still plenty of time to qualify. Excuse me. Plenty of time to qualify. 4.5 million trip credits to get there. If you'd like to know where you stand, or if you'd like a breakdown of how you qualify, what each dollar's worth credit wise, get with your sales director. We can walk you through that. I put this slide back in. First time I put it back in was yesterday, because we are thinking that we are going to get back to doing live academies again. We are looking at late third quarter, maybe early fourth quarter, to get a live academy on the books. I don't have the official announcement, but keep an eye out. These are awesome trainings, 2.5-day trainings that we do, all expenses paid. You're gonna learn a ton. It's not a product roadshow. It's a sales and marketing roadshow. We're gonna give you new ideas. We're gonna give you new tools to help you see more people, close more sales. Really, really, really worthwhile for your time. So with that being said, keep your eye peeled for an announcement on that. And when you're talking to your sales directors, just ask them about it. We may have a little information trickling out here sooner rather than later on that. I'm gonna put out a plug. Follow us and like us. I mean, everybody wants to follow IMS and like IMS, right? Next time you're on social media, look us up, throw us a like or a follow. We put out a lot of information via social media, a lot of marketing material available on social media as well. And if you are someone that's thinking about doing social media marketing for your business, it'll give you an example of the kind of work we do as well. So definitely worthwhile there. Okay, that brings me to the end of my introductory slides. I'm going to give control over to Jake now. We'll get into the meat and potatoes of why everybody is with us.
Awesome, Scotty. Well, thank you for the intro, and I'm hoping, can you see my screen there? Everything up and clear?
Yep, I can see your screen and we can hear you loud and clear, buddy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the intro, and I can't believe I hadn't done this yet already, but just as I was listening to you speak, I jumped out there and I liked and followed. So I'm in. I'm ready to get the data and the info. So as I say, there's a ton of good stuff, a ton of value add. You're not going to find another organization that provides the type of support and value add that insurance agency marketing does. So awesome stuff, and it's one of the reasons why, as Scott mentioned, I think we've been maybe even north of 10 years, but it's definitely been a while. We've been working together. I love our time. I love the partnership that we have and the opportunity and the floor to walk through the Nassau portfolio. So thank you, Insurance Agency Marketing, for the time. Thank you, everybody on the call. Excited to roll out, as Scott mentioned, sort of a great opportunity that we're announcing today. So you guys are going to be first to the press, as it hasn't come out from the home office yet, in terms of some compensation enhancements, some continued rate increases on the portfolio. A lot of good stuff as we continue to move forward in 2021. Before we get into the product side of things, I always want to give sort of the 60-second elevator speech in terms of Nassau. It's a name that might be newer to you. It might be one that you're not familiar with. But you see, we've been in business since 1851, so we've been doing this for 170 years. One of the things that gets the most positive feedback from both agents and clients and prospects is the fact along that 170 years, we insured Abraham Lincoln. So we've been doing this for a long, long time. But in 2016, that's when Nassau came into the equation, and they purchased at the time Phoenix Life and Annuity Company. And from 2016 to today, they continue to put the company through a major transformation, sort of put their footprint on who we are and what we're doing as a company. And you've seen a lot of great transformation and a lot of great third-party affirmation of everything that Nassau is doing is continuing to move us in the right direction. Actually, back in 2019, Nassau received an AM Best upgrade. One, as far as I'm aware of, only 3 insurance companies to receive an upgrade over the last 4 or 5 years. In 2020, we finalized the acquisition of Foresters Life of New York, an A+ rated insurance company. So again, it's that third-party affirmation that everything that Nassau is doing, both from a product side of things and a financial platform, is getting the backing of outside insurance departments, of rating agencies. And already in 2021, we closed a deal with Stone Point Credit and Wilton Re. And those companies committed a minimum of $100 million of additional capital to the growth story of Nassau. So again, you're seeing a lot of outside organizations get behind the path of what Nassau is doing with the transformation of the company. And we're excited to continue to roll out some industry-leading products. We're going to start with the personal income annuity. It was sort of the tagline of the reservation that or the webinar invite that you responded to here. This is the flagship product inside of our portfolio, the number one selling contract that we have inside of our portfolio. And as you see, it was really designed to be a product that provides the highest amount of guaranteed annual lifetime income for your client. It's focused on making hope not a strategy in terms of retirement. What we want to do is provide predictability, peace of mind, stability, and guarantees. And that's what you have with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. The ability to address several different risks and concerns a retiree or close to retiree might have. You're able to provide supplemental income on top of Social Security or maybe a small pension plan. You got industry-leading benefit-based bonuses of up to 45% in roll-ups and the ability to do joint payouts on qualified assets. So a lot of great consumer-friendly features that are, again, going to continue to move us away from clients in retirement who really shouldn't probably be looking or worried about capital appreciation and more about income guarantees, safety, and ensuring the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days. When you look at the Nassau Personal Income Annuity, it's really a straightforward contract. Once you uncover the need for a guaranteed annual lifetime income for your client or a bucket of assets to transition into income for as long as that client lives, the only question you have to ask at that point is when. When are you transitioning from the accumulation to the distribution phase? If it's within the first 3 years after issue, we're going to look at our income today rider. If it's longer than that, so 4+ years, that's where we're going to look at the income tomorrow rider. But again, some other great differentiators that you have with this product is the ability to do joint payouts on qualified assets, the ability to access income as soon as 30 days after issue, and that's through either the guaranteed lifetime income rider or the ability to take 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue. And I'm going to show you a sales idea or concept in a couple slides to really maximize those benefits. But before we do that, let me help you get a better understanding of how the today and tomorrow rider works. With the income today strategy, your client's going to get an immediate 30% bonus to their benefit base or income account. So think about that. You come in with a $100,000 premium. At issue, your client's benefit base is immediately $130,000 guaranteed. If they were looking to transition to the distribution phase and begin that guaranteed annual lifetime income anywhere between 30 days after issue and the first contract anniversary, that income amount is going to be based off of, again, a guaranteed $130,000. If they defer 1 year, at the end of the first contract anniversary, Nassau is going to add a 7.5% bonus to the benefit base. And then at the end of the second anniversary or 24th month, if they still haven't accessed income or if they haven't activated that guaranteed annual lifetime income rider, we had another 7.5% bonus to the benefit base, giving them a full guaranteed 45% step up to their income account. That the client's time horizon, again, was a little bit longer, so they're thinking 4+ years. That's where we're going to elect the income tomorrow rider. And instead of getting a big upfront bonus, here what we do is each and every contract anniversary through the 10th year, or until your client activates that guaranteed annual lifetime income rider, we guarantee the benefit base is going to grow at 14% simple per year. Again, peace of mind, predictability, safety, that's what you've got on a guaranteed basis with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity. And the other great thing that you have with this product is the ability to also sort of spread the taxation from a client. One of the things that I've mentioned multiple times is that these bonuses are roll-ups, only apply to the benefit base. So it's applied to the account that Nassau uses to calculate the guaranteed annual lifetime income stream. It's not something that the client, unless they activate that rider, is ever able to access through the account value side. So it's not looked at as a gain. It's not looked at as a bonus from a taxation standpoint. So again, a way to provide a very competitive industry-leading guaranteed lifetime income while also minimizing the tax consequence to your client. Now let's look at a quick sales strategy. If you had a 68-year-old client with a $100,000 premium, they needed income immediately. you can see if they turned on that rider immediately, they'd get a 30% bonus, and that $130,000 benefit base would generate an industry-leading $5,694 in guaranteed annual lifetime income. But let's take advantage of the flexibility of this product, the ability to take up to 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue. Let's take advantage of that industry-leading up to 45% benefit-based bonus with the Today rider. So instead of activating the rider immediately, what we do is take a penalty-free withdrawal of 6% based on the initial premium of $6,000. We do that for the first 2 contract years. Now, why we do that? Because we haven't activated that guaranteed lifetime income rider. At the end of the first contract anniversary, your client's going to receive that first 7.5% bonus to the benefit base. Now, obviously, the benefit base is being reduced down by that $6,000 withdrawal, but we're also replenishing it with the bonus. And you can see beginning year 3, we activate that lifetime income rider, and we lock in a guaranteed annual withdrawal of $6,017 for your client, or over 5% more than that initial $5,694 we had up front. So again, here's a great way for you to separate yourself from the competition, to squeeze every single penny that you can out of the asset that your client or prospect has worked so hard to accumulate throughout their working days. And even if you're competing against somebody else potentially selling the Nassau product, you can position yourself as the product expert by taking advantage again of the flexibility and the industry-leading benefit-based bonuses and roll-ups. Let's quickly look at another sales strategy. We've all heard of the Monte Carlo situation, but today that 4% withdrawal rate. By industry experts, they say if you withdraw 4% of your retirement assets, there's a 70% chance that you won't outlive your assets, or a 30% chance that you won't have anything left. But hey, if you would drop that withdrawal today to 2.8%, you increase your chances of not outliving your assets by up to 92%. But the challenge, again, with that statistic is more likely than not, we're dealing with people who need the guarantees, who need the income guarantees. They need that protection to ensure they can't outlive their assets because they don't have a wealth of riches behind this premium that's going into the contract. What if we could show you with the personal income annuity income tomorrow strategy, a way to guarantee no less than a 5% withdrawal rate? And we're going to do it almost identical to what we did with the Today strategy. We elect that tomorrow rider, so we lock in that 14% roll-up for up to 10 years or until the client activates the rider, whichever comes first. But instead of activating the rider immediately, again, we're going to take advantage of the flexibility of the product and the ability to take up to 10% penalty-free as soon as 30 days after issue. And you can see for the first 5 years, we're going to take a withdrawal of $5,000. Now, again, why we're doing that, our benefit base is growing at 14% guaranteed, proportionally reduced down for that $5,000 withdrawal. But then you see beginning year 5, we activate that rider, and we lock in a guaranteed annual lifetime income of $6,119, or over 6.1% withdrawal based on the initial premium. And you have a 100% success rate in knowing that that $6,119 will run as long as that client lives. Peace of mind, the power of predictability that you have with these products. On top of all the great marketing resources and all the great things that insurance agency marketing does for you, we've got a couple drip marketing pieces, things that you can input your contact information. Your clients can see the way this income today, income tomorrow rider works, and again, give you that sort of intro to the value of these products. Now, let me quickly talk a little bit about the Nassau Personal Protection Choice. This is one of my favorite products from a guaranteed standpoint in the industry. And it's one that I even talk to advisors who successfully sell a significant amount of premium in this product. More often than not, as we talk about this product, we do case designs. They tell me they had no idea this product can do all that we'll show you it can do. What you're looking at a product, again, that's going to provide flexibility and customization. A product that's going to provide a guaranteed lifetime income stream with our very popular income today, income tomorrow rider. Same benefits there, up to 45% bonus with the income today rider, or that 14% guaranteed roll up with the tomorrow rider. Now, what you're going to see is if you do a comparison of income, it's going to be slightly reduced than what you saw with personal income annuity. So maximization of income. That's where you're going to elect the the personal income annuity product. If you have a client who's looking for a competitive income, but they also potentially need a long-term care type coverage, that's what you've got with this product with our care protection benefit, which is going to increase your client's guaranteed lifetime income by up to 250% if they were to go into a nursing home, by up to 175% if they're not able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs and need in-home care. And in another slide, I'm going to show you some great differentiators that we have with this product. And again, why I consistently hear this called the most consumer-friendly combo benefit product in the marketplace today. Now we've covered an income need, we've covered a care concern, we also have legacy protection. And with our family protection rider, we're going to grow your client's premium at guaranteed 10% simple through age 70, 5% simple age 71 to 85 for a max of 10 years, or until the client turns age 85, whichever comes first. So now you see we've addressed several different risks and concerns that could impact the client throughout their retirement days. We've done it inside of one product without any underwriting that you're typically used to with products that provide these types of benefits. But let me highlight a quick differentiator that you have with this contract, and that's that our care benefit is going to pay to your client for up to 5 years. So they've gone into a nursing home, they're not able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs and need in-home care. Nassau is going to pay this benefit directly to your client for up to 5 years as long as they continue to qualify, even if the account value has been depleted to zero. There's a lot of power there because when you think of when the average critical care stay starts, it generally doesn't happen when a client's in their 60s, early 70s. It's going to be happening when a client's in their late 70s, early 80s, maybe even in their 90s. And if they've been accessing income from this account, chances are there's very minimal value left. And if we were to then increase that payout by up to 250%, we're going to deplete through that asset quicker. Here again, you've got the protection, the peace of mind to know this benefit's going to pay as long as your client continues to qualify for up to 5 years. In addition to that, in a joint situation, a joint payout situation, that 5-year benefit will cover both lives. And take a look at this. Here we've got a 66-year-old client with a $250,000 premium deposit. They're looking to access a joint payout of this asset beginning at age 71. You can see at age 71, this product will provide a joint payout of $17,085 guaranteed for as long as at least one of those individuals is living. After 10 years of income, client goes into a nursing home. So you can see Nassau is going to increase that $17,085 up to $42,713, payable directly to your client for up to 5 years. If this client were in the account, you can see at year 15 or at time the client was age 81, there's a projected $60,121 remaining in this account, or just over 1 year in terms of this enhanced benefit. If that client with the typical care rider in the industry today, once that account value hit to zero, the enhanced income stopped and we reverted back to that $17,085, you can see the common rider would have provided additional income of $111,376 over that 5-year period. With the Nassau product, because we continue to pay this even after the account value is depleted to zero, you have an additional $102,000 in guaranteed income paid directly to your client. And at the end of the 5 years, if they're still living, we just revert back to that $17,085. So again, it's peace of mind. It's predictability. So your client knows at their time of need, that benefit is going to be there. We have the ability to put together great customized illustrations that show you exactly the benefits. Here you see 60-year-old client, $500,000 deposit at age 70, as long as they haven't taken any withdrawals. You can see they have a guaranteed income of over $52,000, a care enhancement of over $130,000, and a lump sum death benefit paid in a 100% lump sum deposit directly to the beneficiary of $1 million. That's what you have again with this personal protection choice, is some great consumer-friendly features, a product that most individuals say they had no idea could do all that it does. And at the end of the day, again, a product that can really help you separate yourself from the competition. So far we've looked at the guaranteed products inside the portfolio. But one of the things Scott mentioned up front is the opportunity that we have at Nassau for some enhanced income, not only for the client, but for you. Take a look at the Nassau Growth Annuity. This is a product that's continuing to build momentum. This is the newest product inside of our portfolio, been around for about 2 years. You can see some of the statistics with the product. We'll issue through age 85 up to $1 million premium without prior home office approval. But the real sizzle, again, is flexibility, the opportunity to elect between either a 7 or 10-year contract duration. On every 7 or 10-year product that we issue, you have a built-in return of premium or return of fee feature. What that gives your client the peace of mind is if they wanted to, you'll see in another slide or two, some enhanced participation rates, an opportunity for your client really to shoot for max accumulation. And if we go through a period, an extended period of flat to down market, and that fee ended up eating away at the principal, so we went backwards. At the end of the 7 or 10 year contract duration or at death, that return of premium, return of fee feature guarantees your client won't go backwards, will get no less than the premium they put into it because of that fee for the enhanced par rates. And not to mention, because of your partnership with Nassau through insurance agency marketing, beginning Monday, 5/17, every Nassau growth annuity that you submit through the end of July will receive an additional 50 basis points in comp on top of our already extremely competitive commission with this product. But let's look quickly at the sizzle of this product. You can see today some of, if not the top, S&P 500 par rates. And we've seen a movement away from S&P par rates because of the environment that we're in. With a high vol index, it's very challenging in the environment that we're in to get competitive pricing on S&P strategies. Here you can see we have 1 year S&P par rates, no cap, no spread of up to 54%. On a 2 year S&P 500, par rates up to 75%. And then you also have a great complementary index to the S&P, an index that was really designed to outperform the benchmark or outperform the S&P 500. And you can see it comes with one of the industry leading, I believe the highest in the industry today, a 16.5% volatility target. So we're not limiting your client's exposure to the index that we're tracking. Not only that, it has a unique volatility control mechanism that will range anywhere between 0 and 350%. But again, we talked about flexibility and customization, both fee and no fee par rates. A product that was built with a fixed option budget, and what that allows us to do is provide more consistency during renewal periods. Nassau is going to go in each and every single year with the same option budget to purchase the bonds and options that give us the pricing behind the strategies. So what that means for you, now we can't guarantee the rates that we're showing you today or what they're going to be tomorrow because bond and option prices do change. But knowing that Nassau is going in with the same budget every year, it's going to provide more consistency to that renewal philosophy. Again, that return of premium and 2 optional income riders on our 10-year product. So let's break down the sizzle of this contract a little more. As we mentioned up front, we just had a recent rate increase that went into effect on May 1. You can see we're going to focus for time's sake on that 10-year Group A product. And we're looking at that 10-year product as it has no income rider elected. A very competitive 1 year S&P cap of 5.25. But the sizzle to this product, again, to me, is these S&P par rates. You can see a 1 year S&P, no cap, no spread, no fee of 40%. For a 1% strategy fee, we're going to enhance that par rate all the way up to 54%. You can see 2 year S&P, anywhere between 55% par rate, no cap, no spread, no fee, up to 75% for a 1% strategy fee. And then our unique Smart Passage Index, again, you can see all the way up to 145% par rate. Now, one of the other great things that you have with this product is, again, you can allocate between any of or all of these index strategies. You can have a portion of the assets into an enhanced strategy fee par rate as well as the base. And you're only going to be charged a fee for the assets that are in that enhanced par rate strategy for the time that they're in that strategy. And let's take a look again overall. That Smart Passage Index, the design and the uniqueness, and why I believe we're seeing so much momentum in this product, and why this is a great complementary index to the S&P 500. Well, first and foremost, we said in today's environment, a majority of assets inside FIA still go to S&P-based indexes. So we want to build this volatility control index around the S&P. So what we're doing with the Smart Passage Index is capturing the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. So there's your tie to the S&P. But then we said, how do we build this index to be able to outperform the S&P 500? Well, we can't just go with your average vol control index that you see in the marketplace today. And think about any index that you're seeing, a vol control index today. It probably carries anywhere between a 5 and 7% volatility target, which limits your client's exposure to the index it's tracking. So with the Smart Passage Index, we said, hey, we're inside of an FIA. We have that protection. We're with a low vol concept. Let's give this thing a 16.5% volatility target, which really matches the S&P 500, which averages about 16%. So what we're doing is we're increasing your client's exposure to the Smart Passage Index, hopefully allowing them more opportunity to capture the upside. Not only that, the product by design is able to offer 2 to 3 times the participation rate. But the real uniqueness comes in when we talk about that volatility control mechanism. And again, as we mentioned up front, it ranges anywhere between 0 and 350%. So think about this with a 16.5% vol target. If volatility is 16.5%, so exactly what the target is with this index, we're going to mirror 1-to-1 or 100% the Smart Passage Index. Let's say volatility spikes and it jumps to 33%, or double our vol target of 16.5%. What we do here is we decrease our exposure to the index, because generally what happens in high volatility periods is we're seeing spikes in terms of ups and downs. And so here we would decrease our exposure to 50%. But if volatility dropped, and let's say it dropped to 8.25, and we generally see low volatility during bull market runs or upticks in the markets, if we're down to 8.25 or half our vol target, we actually double our exposure to 200% in terms of tracking the index. And so that's how you're able to get such great accumulation potential with the Smart Passage Index. That unique design, the upside opportunity, and that volatility control mechanism, as well as that 16.5% vol target. And you can see with the current rates where all of the potential returns over the last 10, worst 10, and best 10-year periods. And why I like showing this screen, I think when you talk accumulation products, it can always be a struggle or a challenge to show a client these types of illustrations. But a lot of conversations that I have is, look, I'm moving to an FIA. I don't want any fee. My client doesn't want a fee. They're moving from something with a fee. We just want the plain vanilla, no fee strategy. And what I like about this illustration that you see is take a look at the 2-year S&P 500. You can see base par rate of 55% over the last 10 years returned 6.63% per year. For that 1% strategy fee, bumping the par rate up to 75%, you can see we get over 2% more in terms of average annual return. Look at the Smart Passage Index. Again, 7.88 jumps all the way up to 10.62. So there is value over the long haul of these enhanced strategy fees. And remember, with Nassau Growth Annuity, you have that built-in return of premium or return of feature at end of contract duration or death. So your client knows, again, they can have peace of mind that we're never going to go backwards because of that fee. As I mentioned with the 10-year product, there's 2 optional income riders. We see riders elected about 20% of the time. And within that 20% bucket, roughly 90% go with the amplified income or the top rider on the screen. What that amplified income rider does is it attaches a benefit base to the contract that's going to grow at 150% of index credits at a cost of only 25 basis points. So again, for a client who's looking for maximum accumulation, but they also have a potential income need down the road, here's a great way at a low cost to really maximize that upside opportunity. And as I mentioned with the Nassau Growth Annuity, because of your partnership with Nassau through Insurance Agency Marketing, beginning Monday, May 17th, running through the end of July in terms of submits, you will receive 50 additional basis points in compensation on top of your already strong comp for this product. We're going to have more details released later today. I'm sure the IAMS team will get information out to you on that once we've got the official announcement out. But for you taking time today, I wanted you to be aware of this in case there might be an accumulation product you're thinking about. The other great value add that you have by partnering with Nassau with Insurance Agency Marketing is the ability to qualify for our Nassau Elite program. This is a very attainable program that provides some great value add back into your business. First and foremost, to qualify, you need $1.5 million in qualifying credits, and $1 in FIA premium equals 1 qualifying credit. So in its most basic form, $1.5 million in FIA sales during the 2021 calendar year will qualify you for Nassau Elite. You also have to maintain an 80% placement ratio to be into this program. But what qualification will do? Your first year qualifying, Nassau will pay you an additional 50 basis point bonus, retro to $1. So let's say you do $2 million in sales with Nassau during 2021. We're going to pay you a 50 basis point bonus at the end of the year on that entire $2 million in production. For your second year qualifying, and we have several insurance agency marketing advisors who are currently working on their second year qualification. I believe one that has already qualified. What you get for your second consecutive year is an increase in that bonus to 75 basis points, again, retro to $1. And we pay that on a quarterly basis. So when you put that together, if you were able to achieve 1.5 million in FIA sales with Nassau, and if a lot of that premium came in during the month of May, from May 17 through end of July, you have the ability to earn an additional 1 up to 1.25% compensation, combining that with our Nassau Elite program. You're also going to qualify for elite level service. You'll have a dedicated new business case manager, access to the Suitability team to talk through a more challenging case. And on top of that, if you're one of our top 50 achieving Nassau Elite qualification of 1.5 million, you'll join us in April of 2022 in Key Largo, Florida. You and a guest will spend some time with 49 other qualifiers talking about the challenges we've faced, the successes we've faced, and again, our way of thanking you for your partnership with Nassau through insurance agency marketing. So I'm excited to have this opportunity. I'm excited about all the great things that we have going on, not only from a product standpoint, but from a value add back into your business. And I quickly want to mention as well, sometime next week, we will also be launching, new to us, a Suitability Instant Decision Guarantee. This is part of our e-application process that's available through Firelight that Scott mentioned up front. But here's a way you're going to be able, in advance of the e-app process, to fill out 3, 4, 5 minutes of information. And the algorithms and the way it works, it's going to be able to, a majority of the time, give you an instant approval. If you get that approval, you can click, yes, I want to move forward with the application, and it's going to transmit all of that information that you did in the pre-approval process into the application. There's still going to be some information, obviously, to input, but we're not going to make you do the business twice or the inputs twice. I've seen some reviews. I've seen some sort of behind-the-scenes look at this. I believe this is a game changer. This is a great piece of technology and a great opportunity to add more efficiencies back into your business. As Scott mentioned up front with the great team, less NIGOs, less back and forth with your client, and the opportunity to issue more sales at a faster rate. So at the end of the day, don't leave money on the table. We showed you some sales strategies with the Nassau Personal Income Annuity and Nassau Personal Protection Choice. You hopefully saw the great value add we have with the Nassau Growth Annuity and the great accumulation strategies with this contract. Not to mention, again, because of your partnership with Nassau through insurance agency marketing, you have access to the very popular Nassau Elite program. So with that said, I know we ran through a lot of information here in the last half hour or so, but again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to be on the call today. Scott, again, I want to thank you for your partnership and everything that you do on the insurance agency marketing side. I'll kick it back to you to wrap things up here for the morning.
I appreciate it, Jake. Just so everybody knows, I did just launch a poll asking, and this is our last poll, asking you if you'd like more information on Nassau and their product line. As you saw in Jake's presentation, there probably isn't a carrier out there that provides more value and puts more back into the agent's business than what Nassau does. Great sales strategies, great products, great rewards programs, all available to you. So if you haven't taken a look at Nassau, I highly encourage you to click yes, get the information on the product portfolio, get licensing in, and get these products into your offerings. Jake, before I let you go, I just had one of the most important questions that we have in distribution come through. Which of your products are available in California, boss?
All right, well, that is a great question. Right now in California, our personal income annuity, so the first product we talked about, is available. The personal protection choice contract is also available, but the care benefit part of that contract is not approved. On top of that, we're working closely with the Nassau Growth Annuity, and I've got a firm belief based from my product team that very early third quarter, Nassau Growth Annuity will be available in the state of California. So within the next couple months, we should have our entire portfolio outside of that care benefit approved in the state of California.
Absolutely great answer there. And I work a little story before we let everybody go. And Jake didn't mention this about the Nassau Elite. An advisor I work with personally very closely is a member of the elite group. And I've got to tell you, Jake, what put him over the top and why he'll be in that elite group again is he gets a plaque that is displayed on his wall to show that you are a part of the elite group. I don't know why that's what tripped his trigger. The trip didn't do it. The extra commission didn't do it. He loves his plaque, buddy. So a lot of great reasons to be involved with Nassau. So with that being said, I know we are right up at 51 minutes here, so I appreciate everybody's time. Jake, I know things are busy at Nassau. It's going to get even busier with this new announcement. So thank you very much for your time, boss. Everybody that's on the call, thank you so much. Go out, have a great sales day, and we look forward to speaking with everybody soon.